People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
Queen Bee Radio proudly brings you Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports. Presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. And sponsored by Ayers Furniture, Bytech Resource Management, Claire Bank, Fuller's Milker Center, Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington and Platteville, Les Mack, Northland Buildings, Reeves Wealth Management, Raleigh Cheese House, Russell Law Offices, The Shoebox, Tricor Insurance, West End Salvage, Carver's Hardwood Flooring, Sloan Implements, Sups, Brian's Auto Body and Paint, Gary's Pest Control, TriStar Pallets and TriStar Mulch, Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best, Bouse Electric, Cuba City Collision and Repair, Laley Center Monroe, H&N Plumbing, Heating and Electrical, Community First Bank, Grant Regional Health Center, Sullivan Auctioneers, Big Iron Realty, Lancaster Dental Associates, Millie's Diner, Pink's Automotive, Good Knees Garage, Point and Flush Sportsman's Club, Rosemeyer Management Group, Breckler Insurance, McNett Electric, Mound City Bank, Ready Feed and Grain LLC, Southwest Health, and WCC Brands.
Good evening and welcome to Mineral Point High School on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It's high school boys basketball from the SWAL Conference as the Cuba City Cubans visit the Mineral Point Pointers. With Arena Satterley, our statistician, I'm John Satterley, welcoming you to our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental and Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Mineral Point Pointers coming into this contest with a 6-3 overall record, 3-1 in the SWAL Conference. The Cuba City Cubans are still looking for their first win in conference play. They are 0-3 in the SWAL Conference, 2-7 overall. We'll hear from both head coaches, Tanner Sheevy of the Cuba City Cubans and first-year head coach for the Mineral Point Pointers, Brett McGraw. It's all coming up in our pregame show presented by Raleigh's Cheese House at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. We'll also have your injury report presented by Russell Law Offices. Colors of the game presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. All from the Ayers Furniture Best Seat in the House. And the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth with Ayers Furniture in downtown Ridgeway for free delivery on heirloom quality furniture for every room in your home. For what's sure to be the best seat in your house, be sure to visit Ayers Furniture and AyersFurniture.com. It's SWAL boys basketball tonight from Mineral Point High School. The Mineral Point Pointers hosting the Cuba City Cubans right here on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pre-game one.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
Partner with Fuller's Milker Center and Gia for your next milking system. From the Dairy Pro Q robotic rotary parlor to the Dairy Robot R9500 robotic box milking system, you select the best fit for your operation. With Gia, you can also choose from market-leading conventional parlors, fully equipped with automated accessories. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your local Gia dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to start building your dream milking facility.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Long day?
Skip the stress of cooking. Try a Quick Trip take-home meal. Choose from home-style favorites like chicken fettuccine alfredo, spaghetti and meatballs, or creamy mac and cheese. Or dig into comfort classics like beef stroganoff casserole and home-style meatloaf. Avoid the same old question, what's for dinner? Quick Trip's take-home meals taste like home without the hassle. Freshly made, ready to heat, and packed with flavor. Perfect for busy nights. Dinner solved. Happiness served. Only at Quick Trip.
Buying a mattress can seem overwhelming. How soft should you go, or how firm? How much support do you need? All great questions and all tough to figure out without the right guidance. Hi, I'm Jeremy Culbertson, and I've been building and selling mattresses with Dubuque Mattress for over 10 years, and with our guidance, we take all the stress out of mattress shopping. We guarantee you will love your Dubuque mattress, or we'll change it for you until you do.
Dubuque Mattress Factory, you get a little snooze time.
Pre-game one.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Swall Conference boys basketball this evening as the Mineral Point Pointers are hosting the Cuba City Cubans. Cuba City defeats the Mineral Point Pointers 51-28 in JV boys basketball that just concluded, and now here tonight we'll have varsity boys basketball coming your way, Cuba City versus Mineral Point. Taking a look on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show, the Mineral Point Pointers coming into this game 6-3, winning their first game against Southwestern 47-45, handing Southwestern their lone loss on the season to this point. Then a loss to New Glarus 77-64, then two in a row against Potosi, Cassville, and Prairie du Chien, losing two in a row to Dodgeville 66-59 and then to Darlington 65-53. Then winning three games in a row coming into tonight's contest, Fenimore, Lancaster, and Riverdale. So this is a senior-led team by the Mineral Point Pointers that can cause a lot of damage in this Swall Conference, especially considering 3-0 is the benchmark right now, the Darlington Redbirds, and then you have Southwestern and Mineral Point both at 3-1. Fenimore is at 2-1, and even Iowa Grande is striking distance at 2-2. There's still a lot of conference play yet to come. For the Cuba City Cubans, the loss of their first three games of the season to Galena, River Valley, and then Darlington before winning their first game against Belleville 71-41, then losing two in a row to New Glarus and Lodi, defeating Cambridge at the Lodi Holiday Tournament on December 30th, 73-68, and losing their last two games against Fenimore by 3 and Southwestern by 3. Again, one thing this Cuba City Cuban team has been able to do, they've fallen behind early on, but they've been able to make comebacks and be able to get in the game and take a lead, but then all of a sudden unable to close it out at the end. Will the Cubans be able to follow through tonight on that? Well, the Cubans sure hope so. Mineral Point is hoping to stay pace with the top of the Swall Conference. Again, your Raleigh Cheese pregame show is presented to you by Raleigh's Cheese House at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. We'll hear from head coach Tanner Sheevey from the Cuba City Cubans coming your way after this timeout on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Despite the cold of winter, you can still buy local and thrive local at the Platteville Indoor Farmers Market. This Saturday and every first and third Saturday through April, local vendors offer a variety of fresh meats, cheeses, vegetables, canned and baked goods, including gluten-free and a host of other edibles. Shop arts and crafts, jewelry, homemade soaps, and more. The Platteville Indoor Farmers Market this Saturday, 9 till noon, inside Roundtree Gallery on Main Street. Vendor lineup and interactive map at PlattevilleFarmersMarketWI.com.
Don't miss Ice Fest at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium on January 24th and 25th. From 10 a.m. until 2, come dressed for indoor and outdoor fun for the whole family, all included with general admission. Go for the gold with Winter Olympics-themed activities, enjoy history demonstrations, experience To the Moon, Snoopy Soars with NASA, and more. S'mores and hot chocolate are available for purchase. For a detailed list of activities, head to rivermuseum.org/events. Don't miss Ice Fest, January 24th and 25th, only at the National Mississippi River Museum and Aquarium.
It's the Start Something New sales event going on now at Turpin Motors. Just announced up to 27% off retail on select new vehicles. Save up to $20,000. If they don't have the vehicle you're looking for, they'll deal or trade for it. Financing as low as 0% with approved credit. No payment for 90 days. All qualified new vehicles come with a
only at the
lifetime
National
powertrain
Mississippi
warranty
River
with the
Museum
Turpin
and
Advantage.
Aquarium.
Stop by
It's
and
the
check
Start
out
Something New
deals on new vehicles with no payments for 90 days. See dealer for details. The Start Something New sales events going on now at Turpin Dodge Ram and Jeep, JFK and Dodge Street in Dubuque.
Morris Newspapers are your local source for news and community information. Right now, they have a Friends and Family Buy One, Gift One subscription offer. Buy a new in-state subscription and get $7 off. Gift a second one or more to a loved one and get an additional $10 off. Contact the Grant County Herald, the Boscobel Dial, Tri-County Press, Fenimore Times, Republican Journal, and the Platteville Journal. Hurry, this offer ends January 31st. Good on new subscriptions only from Morris Newspapers. Pre-game 2.
Welcome back to your Raleigh Cheese pregame show on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. It's Swall Conference boys basketball tonight from Mineral Point as the Pointers are hosting the Cuba City Cubans. Now being joined by the head coach of the Cuba City Cubans, Tanner Sheevy. And Coach Sheevy, this has been a challenging season to say the least for your Cubans. How have you been able to try to keep everybody's morale up as you get to the second half of the season?
Yeah, I think that we have a lot of guys doing a lot of different things. The games that we are playing in are still basketball games. It's not like they're blowouts. As a young team, the last couple we've lost by less than 5 points, and that kind of shows that our growth and improvement. And so when we do those type of things, I think our guys still feel like we're still invested into the game, and I think that I try to have a good relationship with our guys outside of just basketball, and so they come in and we try and make it as light as we can, and still have fun with it while still trying to be competitive. I also think that you're gonna see a lot of juniors, sophomores, and a couple of seniors tonight. So we're still really young. Most of our guys are underclassmen. Where the last couple of games that we've played, they're playing 4, 5, 6 seniors at a time, and you don't realize. I didn't realize how important that is until you're in it when you don't have that as much on our side. And so our guys are learning how to win basketball games right now. I think that our effort is there. I think that they're doing what we're asking them to do, and they're improving every game. And now it's just trying to get over that hump of let's see some success. Let's see what we're doing is working. Let's see it have a little success here.
What do you think it's going to take for your Cubans to just get that that I don't want to say win mentality, because nobody likes to lose. I mean, that's one thing. I've never met a person yet that says, you know what, I can't wait to lose tonight. I have not met one person yet that says that. But to maybe get that one win, that marquee win, to say, guys, I know it's been here. This has been in you all along, and finally get a chance to do it. What do you think it will take for your boys to finally get that, I don't want to say over the hump, but just that aha moment?
Yeah, I think that you have to pay attention to the detail stuff. When you're in tight games, 2 or 3 possessions can cost you a win or a loss. And so when we really focus on our detailed stuff, I think that's what gets guys over the hump. We focus on like guarding the basketball. Is your footwork the correct footwork that we teach? When a shot goes up, are you boxing out the correct guys that you're supposed to box out? Things like that, and that matters in close games, because that could be the difference between wins and losses. And so our guys we spend a lot of time now focusing on the detailed stuff, and so when we can get our guys to play a full 36-minute game where every detail they're focusing on, I think that's what the good teams are doing, and I think that we're there. We just haven't gotten over the hump with the little detailed stuff, and so that's kind of what we're focusing on now.
Now tonight against the Mineral Point Pointers, get a Swall matchup. What are you looking forward to seeing from the Pointers here this evening that you feel that your team would have the one up on?
Yeah, I think they have two really, really good basketball players that control most of their scoring. Where for us, we have a hodgepodge of guys that every night, Hudson will still get his, and Trevor Veneta will still get his, but then between Carson Collins and Landon Geyer and Cam Kieler and Briggins Redding, we have a lot of guys that can score, and so if we can limit Keaton Dempsey and Drew Ashleman to under their averages, and we have to make their other 5 guys beat us, I think that they'll have a hard time scoring on us on our defense if we can make sure that those two guys take really tough shots.
We can always talk about keys to the game. There's always one more point than your opponent. But what do you want to see from your Cubans this evening, especially to get that win here tonight?
Yeah, so in the last couple of games, our offensive numbers have been a lot better than where we started. Against our last game, we ended the second half and we had a 1.01 points per possession. And so if you're a basketball junkie, the NCAA Division I sits around 1.05. And so we're right there offensively. Against Southwestern, we gave up 26 offensive rebounds. 53% of their shots ended in an offensive rebound. That's stuff that you can't have. And then we had 19 turnovers and they scored 18 points off their 19 turnovers, and so we gave up 27 points off offensive rebounds and turnovers. In a 53-point game, half their points are off plays where we don't even get to play defense.
Right.
That's where it's a really struggle for us. And so if we can, limit the offensive rebounds and don't turn the ball over, I like our chances.
Coach, always appreciate the time and the insight into Cuban basketball. Look forward to seeing a great game here from you tonight, and hopefully we'll do this again on the post-game show.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is head coach Tanner Sheevey of the Cuba City Cubans joining us here in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. More after this timeout is Swell Conference Boys Basketball on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Pregame 3.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
Start the new year saving money by shopping at Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena. Right now, certified Angus beef sirloin tip or eye of round roasts, $5.99 a pound. Certified Angus beef New York strip steak, $12.99 a pound. And bone-in country style pork ribs, $1.69 a pound. At Tammy's Piggly Wiggly, the butchers cut and hand trim all their meat daily and specially grind all hamburger twice daily, so it's always fresh. Check out shopthepig.com for weekly specials and select Galena, Illinois. Tammy's Piggly Wiggly in Galena.
Piggly Wiggly, shop the pig.
Pregame 3.
Welcome back to your Raleigh Cheese pregame show on Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. Swell Conference boys basketball tonight from Mineral Point High School as the Pointers are hosting the Cuba City Cubans. We're now being joined by the head coach of the Mineral Point Pointers, Brett McGraw. And Coach McGraw, it's great to finally get a chance to meet you and see your Pointers in person.
I appreciate it. Good to have you here.
Let's talk about the Pointers, game number 10 on the season, so far 6-3. How have you liked the improvement of these upperclassmen as now we get to the second half of the season?
Yeah, every season is different, and you're trying to find guys, take over new roles and, and try to get different guys to get contributions. And, we're kind of really starting to get that out of some of the guys that maybe didn't play a lot last year, but are starting to find those new roles for us and hopefully continue to do that.
How's the transition been from you after taking over for a Hall of Fame coach, and getting everybody to buy into your brand of basketball? Not saying that one was different than the others, but again, it's always a challenge for a coach to have a whole group of young men to buy into what you're selling.
Yeah, just the real honor to be able to grow up, play for Coach Burrison, and then be on staff with him and really try to learn as much as I can about how he carried himself, how he ran the program, and tried to get all the guys to buy into our system, and trying to kind of make it my own, but also kind of echo some of those same things that a lot of these guys that were part of it last year can understand and keep kind of constant.
You've always known this too. The Swell Conference is brutal week in and week out, and you cannot look at the records because once you do, you'll fall into that trap of having a loss. Tonight is one of those games where Cuba City historically has been one of the biggest powerhouses in this conference, but having a down season this year. How do you stop your Pointers from falling into that, they're only this, and then let the Cubans get a win here tonight?
Yeah, I mean, if you just watch the game tape on them, you would not think they're a 2-7 team.
Mm-hmm.
They do a lot of good things. They know who they are. They share the ball. They do a lot of good things that we gotta make sure that we're taking care of. And anytime we're playing anybody, regardless of which team, we want to play a certain way every single time and have that consistency, that effort, and just kind of worry about us, and then everything else kind of falls into place. Hopefully.
How's it been an advantage for you and your Pointers to have so many upperclassmen underclassmen, so many seniors on a roster, where you have other teams like Cuba City, they're trying to get the underclassmen to play up to expectations. Here you are senior-led. How do you get them, to really play more up to their potential and have that leadership?
I think whenever you have guys that have been through it a few years and that they understand what the expectations are of the program and what has made it successful historically, and if they buy into that and if they're ready to be committed on that, I think the other guys, you can't help but want to do the same thing. And so far we've had a lot of good moments, and especially as of late, we've really kind of come together, I thought, and hopefully continue to do that tonight.
Coach, one final question for you. Keys to the game. What would be the main key for the Pointers to defend home court and get a win tonight against Cuba City?
I think last few games we've really improved on how we've rebounded the ball, and I thought really making sure that we take things away that they want to do. They have some guys that are physical, and making sure that we're going to step up to the challenge and make sure that we're going to get on the loose floor, loose balls on the floor, and do all those things that those little things that I think make a big difference in the end.
Coach, I appreciate the time. Look forward to seeing a great game here from your Pointers, and hopefully get a chance to do this in the post-game show as well.
Sounds great. Thanks a lot, John.
Thank you very much. That's head coach Brett McGraw of the Mineral Point Pointers joining us here on our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. More after this timeout on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 1.
Hi, this is Sue Rydell inviting you to become part of the Bell Tower Theater family. We all need a good laugh, and the Bell Tower has a great way to make sure you and your loved ones laugh all year long. A 2026 season subscription. You'll get 1 ticket for each of our 5 comedies, plus $10 for the concession stand, all for just $100. That's nearly 30% off. Get your 2026 season subscription at 588-3377 or belltowertheater.net. And remember, they make great gifts.
Herbson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville is your home for Ritchie Livestock Waterers. Ensure your herd has fresh water on demand 24 hours a day. Select from in-stock Ritchie Waterer units like the Omni Models 1, 2, 3, and 5, and the Cattle Master 840. See Herbson's for Ritchie replacement parts and new installs and service too. Head to Herbson's, your home to hydrate your livestock with Ritchie Waterers. Herbson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington and Platteville.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
In Game 1.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel with Arena Satterley. I'm John Satterley, our Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented to you by Raleigh Cheese House at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Let's go for your injury report, which is presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.com. First for the Cuba City Cubans, Trayton Fuhr, number 21. He is out with strep throat this evening, so he will not be suiting. He will not be playing this evening. There is one player that is not going to be on the roster sheet that is now raised up. He wears the Cuban favorite number 22. Coach Pettigrew's favorite number 22. Dawson Graber, a freshman, will be on varsity this evening for the first time. For the Mineral Point Pointers, Grady Finley, a senior, out for the season with a shoulder injury. He had shoulder surgery, that injury during football season. So number 2, Grady Finley, he is out for the season. That is your injury report presented to you by Russell Law Offices. Their experienced team of personal injury lawyers will fight for your rights and help you get the compensation you deserve. Visit RussellLaw.com. Taking a look at the colors of the game presented to you by Cuba City Family Dental, Kieler Family Dental, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Cubans wearing their home white uniforms with the pointer blue numerals and the darker blue outline. The Cuba City Cubans wearing their road black uniforms with the white trim and gold numerals, more gold trim around the shoulders and down either side of the jersey and the shorts. Those are your colors of the game presented by Cuba City, Kieler, and Darlington Family Dental. 3 convenient locations to serve your dental needs. Now let's go ahead and go courtside for our national anthem.
Place your hand over your heart as the Middle Point High School Pep Band, under the direction of Matt Nevers, performs our national anthem.
the Mineral Point Pep Band with their rendition of our national anthem here in our Raleigh Cheese pregame show. Raleigh Cheese pregame show presented to you by Raleigh Cheese at the intersection of Highways 11 and 23 in the heart of Lafayette County. Don't forget the cheese. Our Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel live and archive coverage is powered by H&N Plumbing, Heating, and Electrical in Lely, Central Monroe. Our Grant Regional Health Center and People's State Bank coverage of high school sports is presented by Cuba City Kieler and Darlington Family Dental and Carey's Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. Now it's time for your starting lineup, presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. First for the visitors, the Cuba City Cubans, coming into this game with a 2-7 overall record, 0-3 in the Swall Conference, led by head coach Tanner Sheevy. A 6'1 junior, number 3, Hudson Kieler. A 5'11 senior, number 5, Trevor Van Natta. A 6' junior, number 10, Cameron Guler. A 6'1 senior, number 14, Briggs Rundy. And a 6' sophomore, number 24, Landon Geyer. And now the starting lineup for the Mineral Point Pointers, coming to this game with a 6-3 record. 3-1 in the Swall Conference, under the direction of head coach Brett McGraw. Cole Ripp, he is a senior wearing number 1. Brett Bostard is a senior wearing number 3. Aiden Patterson is a sophomore wearing number 10. Drew Ashelman is a senior wearing number 11. And Keaton Dempsey is a senior wearing number 21. Those are your starting lineups presented to you by Fuller's Milker Center. See Fuller's complete hygiene line and options for your brand new dairy setup or existing parlor remodel. Fuller's in Lancaster, Richland Center, and at Fuller'sMilkerCenter.com. From the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, I'm John Satterley with Arena Satterley and Raina tonight. Cuba City looking for their first conference win. Mineral Point looking to stay right in shouting distance of the top. It should be a good one here tonight.
For years, John, this was the game that was circled on the calendar every time the schedule came out. Coach Burson versus Coach Pettigrew. Every single time. This was the matchup everybody wanted to see.
The coaches may have changed, but the rivalry has not.
Correct.
Mineral Point with a 3 on the left-hand side. That's no good by Dempsey. Rebound comes down to the Cubans. If you notice, too, with Cuba City, Carson Collins not in the starting lineup here this evening. We'll let Coach Tanner Sheevy try to shake a few things up with his 2-7 starts. Cameron Guler with the ball on the left-hand side will go to Van Natta. Van Natta, free throw line extended far side. Now will go into the corner to Hudson Kieler. Kieler gets to the free throw line, passing it right side to Guler. Guler has the ball between the circles, left side to Briggs Rundy. Rundy over to Guler. He will get to the free throw line, passing it left side. 3-ball launch, leaving it short is Landon Geyer. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Aiden Patterson with the board. 1 minute gone by, first half. We're knotted at 0. Left side, Keaton Dempsey with the basketball. Right in front of our Ayers Furniture broadcast booth is Drew Ashelman. He will dribble drive into the lane, gets the ball stripped away, but they're going to say contact was made and a foul called on Cameron Guler. That will be his first team foul number 1. Actually, they're going to give it to Trevor Van Natta, excuse me. That'll be his first team foul number 1. I thought it was on Guler for reaching in.
We'll see how loose they let him play here.
First free throw's up and no good by Ashelman. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Both free throws no good for Drew Ashelman. Rebound comes down to the Cubans. Still looking for our first score in our contest as we're minute 20 into our game. Right-hand side, that's Cameron Guler. Now he's between the circles over to Kieler. Van Natta looks at driving. He's trying to get a screen from Kieler. Instead, we'll pass it over to Kieler. Now try the near side of the court as Landon Geyer has it to the top of the wheel. Now swing the left side to Van Natta. It'll be a jumper from the left elbow. Rims around, no good. Rebound tipped around and picked up by Brett Bossert. Here come the Pointers on offense. Stutter step by Dempsey. He'll dribble drive into the lane. Fadeaway jumper from 4 feet. Rattles around and it goes home. Keaton Dempsey gets the first bucket of the contest at the 16:03 mark of this first half. It's 2-0 Mineral Point. The Cubans so far on defense are playing really tough, where it's not easy for the Pointers to get any scoring. Same thing for the Pointers right now. They're not allowing anything interior for the Cubans. So they have to go back out towards center court. Cameron Guler over to Landon Geyer. Geyer hands off right side to Kieler. He tries to back down with the left hand. Now left hand three ball is up. That's way too strong by Guler. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Still 2-0 Mineral Point. 2.5 gone by, first half.
They're going to have to try and do a drive and dish, I think.
Right now it's nothing yet. Nothing individual is going on. Pass on the baseline is going to go out of bounds in front of the Cuba City student section, and they're going to say last touch by Cuba City. Carson Collins will check into the contest now for Cuba City, along with Landon Levelholtz. Clear Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 2-0 in favor of Mineral Point, 15-15 to play in this first half. Aiden Patterson will pass left-hand side to Drew Asherman into the baseline. That's Dempsey. He'll dribble drive. Now he'll kick it back out to Patterson. Now it'll be Keaton Dempsey once again. Kick to the right side. Good ball movement here by the Pointers. Nobody holding on to the ball for more than a couple seconds.
And nice crisp passes.
That they are. Ashelman now over to Bostard. No hurry here for the Pointers. Now they're going to dribble drive, kick, three ball, left wing, front iron, no. Rebound comes down to Van Natta after the Dempsey three-point attempt. Now let's see if Cuba City can get on the board. 14:35 to play first half. In the lane, up with a shot, no good by Hudson Kieler, but he'll go to the line to shoot two after the foul on Mineral Point.
Mineral Point calls on number 0, Cole Ripp.
Cole Ripp will be called for his first personal team foul, number 1. McNett Electric of Belmont can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you. McNett Electric, Belmont. Free throw is up and good by Hudson Kieler. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com and Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialists in Platteville, Dodgeville, and AppliedMicro.biz. Second one swirls around and goes home for Hudson Kieler. Cuba City has tied the game at 2, 14:36 to play in this first half. Now Mineral Point on offense against this man-to-man defense. Drive in the lane, kick to the left side. Drew Ashelman for three. No good. Rebound comes down to Carson Collins. Cubans look to try to take the lead on this possession. Collins will drive all the way to the rack. Off glass, it's good. Carson Collins makes it 4-2 Cubans. 14:11 to play in this first half. Maybe there's that spark that Coach Sheeby was looking for from Collins coming off the bench. Dribble drive by the Pointers. We'll kick it to the left side to Patterson. Now it's top of the wheel. Resetting the offense is Drew Ashelman. He'll have the ball being guarded by Van Natta. Tries to go right side. Now a baseline three is up. Back iron, no. Rebound loose on the floor. It'll be stolen away by Cuba City. Into the front court, Briggs Rundy. Left-hand side, Collins. The layup is good. Carson Collins makes it 6-2. Timeout, Mineral Point. We'll keep it right here as it's a 30-second timeout. 13:38 to play, first half. It's Cuba City 2 and Mineral Point. Cuba City 6, Mineral Point 2. Brian Steffes Construction, your local WIC building dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. Ivy Construction, Inc. is a family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction, Mineral Point. Gorgon Funeral Services, caring for families since 1916. That's Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville, and Mineral Point. Southwest Health, they have over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And Laley Center Monroe, your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. After a 6-0 run, Cuba City has a 6-2 lead. After the timeout, Mineral Point with the basketball. Dribble drive in the lane with the left hand off glass. No good by Aiden Patterson. It's going to be an offensive rebound near midcourt. Picked up by Drew Ashelman. Not for lack of hustle by Landon Levelholtz, who was diving after the ball near the three-point line. Now Brett Foster will swing it back over to Drew Ashelman. Rain, as you mentioned, the crisp passing by Mineral Point. Dribble drive in the lane, off glass. That's good by Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey has all 4 Mineral Point points. And it's now 6-4. Cubans with the lead. 13 minutes to play in this first half. Leffel Holtz on the right-hand side. We'll get it back out to Van Natta, top of the wheel. Over to Hudson Kieler. Back to Van Natta against his 1-3-1 zone defense. Left side Collins on the baseline. High floating pass goes to Kieler. Now Van Natta bounces it over to Kieler. He'll take the pro range three and drill it. Hudson Kieler hitting that one from Linden. It's now 9-4 Cubans and at 12:32 to play in this first half. I don't know, maybe was it Cuban, was it Linden or maybe more toward Edmond? It was a long way away. Now a 3-ball to answer on the left wing is good. Aiden Patterson drills one from the left baseline. 9-7 is your score. Cuba's lead is 2. 12-10 to play, first half. Cuba City gets the ball knocked away near midcourt. It'll be picked back up by Van Natta. Excuse me, that's Kieler. Now left side Collins. Pump fake on the long 2. Back to Kieler, right side. 3-ball Van Natta. That's off back iron. High in the air, no good. Offensive rebound by Landon Leffel-Holtz. Collins, baseline high, arcing 3 is no good. Missing everything, and Drew Asherman is there to pick up the board. 9-7 in favor of the Cubans, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Aiden Patterson as he slid his pivot foot as he tried to pass the ball.
Easy enough to do.
Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. And Edward Jones Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville. 9-7 is your score in favor of the Cuba City Cubans. 11:25 to play in this first half. I'll talk about the long 3 was Kieler once again. He'll pass it down low, then back out to Kieler. And trying to find something interior on this defense is going to be very difficult. 16-foot jumper on the baseline is no good by Landon Geyer. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Bomstead into the front court. Now past the right side, the ball knocked away and stolen by Cuba City. Now it's still going to be loose, and are they going to call a foul or just out of bounds? Looks like they're going to say out of bounds, as it looked like it was Keaton Dempsey was trying to poke the ball away, and as he did so, he touched the ball, but he was standing out of bounds.
I think that whole thing I'll just mark as 1 turnover.
I would agree. That was kind of a back and forth.
There wasn't really some clear possession.
Yeah, you don't really want to inflate numbers, especially when it comes to turnovers, if you don't have to, because it'd be inflated on both sides. Kieler from way downtown. No good. Too strong. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Drew Ashelman speeds into the front court. Off glass, no good. Rebound to Carson Collins. He's off and running. Right side, Landon Geyer. Back to Collins to the free throw line. Kieler kicks out left side. Thought about the 3 was Van Natta. He'll dribble drive. Now he's got 3 white jerseys around him. He will send it back out to Kieler to slow down the offense.
Cummins working hard trying to post up at the top of the key.
And timeout is going to be called by Cuba City, a 30-second timeout. 10:21 to play in this first half. It's 9-7 in favor of Cuba City. Century 21 affiliated basketball. See Bobby Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all of your real estate needs. Century 21 basketball. Visit AnytimeRoofing.wi.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville. Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center, Bloomington. And Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. And West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage, Lancaster. On the shoebox scoreboard, it is 9-7 in favor of Cuba City with 10:10 to play in this first half. Cuba City with the basketball, ball knocked away, but it'll be picked up by Landon Geyer. Geyer back to Van Natta as Mineral Point has really shoved Cuba City toward the mid-court line. Now they'll get back toward the three-point line against this 1-3-1 zone defense. 3-ball, top of the wing, no good by Landon Geyer. Rebound loose, picked up by the Cubans. Into the lane, Collins, it's knocked away and stolen by Mineral Point. Into the front court, it's a one-on-one, and it's going to be a layup and no good by Keaton Dempsey. The ball tipped in, and that will be good by Drew Ashelman. We are tied at 9 with 9:35 to play first half. That they definitely did let him play there. The ball's going to go out of bounds, and it will be Mineral Point basketball right in front of the Pointer bench. Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. Get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists, Lancaster. Russell offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. 9:25 to play, first half. We're tied at 9 between Mineral Point and Cuba City. Now near midcourt, losing the handle is Thorin Vomstead. He'll get it left side to Aiden Patterson. Back to Vomstead on the wing. Now top of the wheel to Dempsey. Dempsey tries to drive on Cameron Guler. Instead, he'll kick it back out to Bossert. Bossert with the basketball. Between the legs dribble against Landon Geyer. Trying to go one-on-one. A lot of one-on-one right now with Mineral Point. Not much passing after the crisp passing earlier.
Well, Cuba's starting to cheat on those passing routes.
That's true. Bossert gets trapped into a double team. The ball loose on the floor and stolen away by Carson Collins.
Passing lanes, I guess I should say.
Got the right idea. Right side, Kieler with it on the baseline. Now top of the wheel to Collins. Collins, swing pass to Landon Geyer, who's double teamed. Nice look down low. Kieler, the layup is good. Hudson Kieler was 7.
Kieler had been down there open for a while, too.
Cuba City reclaims a 2-point advantage. 11-9, 8:29 to play in this first half. Left-hand side, Thorin Vomstead looking down low. Up and under move. Shot is good for Mineral Point and Hudson Schrader. Schrader with a bucket, tying it at 11. 8:10 to play in this first half. Landon Geyer will go over to Kieler, looking down low to Briggs Rundy. Back out to Kieler. Now right side to Geyer. Collins has on the baseline. He'll go all the way across court to Kieler. Now to the baseline, Guler, and a traveling violation is going to be called on Cuba City, taking an extra step. Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Landowski at Breckler Insurance Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. And WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler and WCC-brands.com. Tied at 11, Mineral Point basketball. Floater in the lane is good by Aiden Patterson. He has 5. The lead is now 2 for Mineral Point, 13-11, 7:35 to play in this first half. Cuba City beats the pressure. Down low, trying to find some room is Rundy. Up with a shot, too hard off the glass. Rebound comes down to Mineral Point. Pointers into the front court. It's Ashelman on the right side. Gets to the elbow, kicks it out. Thought about the three was Patterson. Now to the baseline, Vomstead. Vomstead to the right side, and a traveling violation also going to be called on Mineral Point.
He got Van Natta to jump, and unfortunately he went up too far himself.
Applied Micro is your computer networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, appliedmicro.biz. And Cole Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, and Cole Acres Golf and Grill.com. 13-11 is your score in favor of Mineral Point here at Mineral Point High School. And another traveling violation is going to be called on Trevor Van Natta. I was about to say he took a little extra shuffle with his feet before passing the ball, which a lot of places will let you get away with. This officiating group, not so much. Not saying I agree one way or the other, just observations. Left-hand side is going to be Aiden Patterson going one-on-one against Landon Leffelholtz. Swing over to Brett Bossert. Now back to the top of the key. Drive by Ashwin. Left side, Vomstead into the lane. Floating right-hander is good. Torin Vomstead makes it 15-11 in favor of Mineral Point. 6:36 to play in this first half. The largest lead now for Mineral Point. Largest lead for Cuba City was 5. Cross-court pass, open, left wing, high-arcing three is too strong by Trevor Van Natta. Saved on the baseline by Cuba City to Leffelholtz. Now is Geyer to the right side. Now the ball knocked away and stolen by Mineral Point. Aiden Patterson going coast to coast. The left-hand layup is good. Aiden Patterson makes it 17-11. Pointers, 6 minutes to play in this first half.
I want to say that's like 6 points off of turnovers.
Probably. It's been a couple now.
That's not a stat I'm keeping.
I don't want to say Cuba City's gotten reckless with the ball, but Mineral Point has ratcheted up this 1-3-1 defense. Plus 2, the couple of traveling violations that were called as well.
Yep.
Trapping on the baseline, bounce pass of Briggs Rundy is going to be knocked away and stolen, and then a foul is going to be called on Cuba City, reaching in on Torin Vomstead. Foul will go on the Cubans. Landon Leffelholtz will be called for his first, team foul number 2. 5:38 to play in the first half, 17-11 in favor of Mineral Point. Arena, it's actually been a really clean game. 2 fouls for Cuba City, 1 for Mineral Point. Not for a lack of
physicality.
Exactly. Took the words right out of my mouth, like you've been around me.
Should be able to do that after 20 years.
Right, after that. It's not like you haven't been around me much at all. On the right-hand side, Brett Bosser.
We're not into tax season yet, John.
I know.
But I'm still around you quite a bit.
Brylan Lee is now into the game for Mineral Point. Dribble drive by Aiden Patterson. He gets stopped. We'll kick it back out to Ashelman. Ashelman, the left-hand dribble, will pass it to Patterson. Patterson, high arcing 3 on the left wing, off back iron, no good. Rebound comes down to Landon Leffelholtz. Cubans down by 6, 5 minutes to play first half. McNutt Electric halftime report will come your way at the conclusion of this first half. Now on the left-hand side, it's Hudson Kieler, and the ball knocked away, and Mineral Point has it. Drew Asherman into the front court, will dribble drive. He will stop, kick it to the left side to Lee. Brylan Lee with the basketball to the right side, dribble drive off, glass is good. Drew Ashelman with 4, and this has been quite the run for the Mineral Point Pointers, 19-11, 4:28 to play in this first half. Cubans did lead 9-4. Since that point, it has been all Mineral Point. Left-hand side, that's Landon Leffelholtz to get to the top of the wheel where it's stolen away by the Pointers. Brylan Lee will come away with it. And now into the front court right side, Drew Ashelman. Ashelman has it. Back to Bossert. Now to Ashelman. Drives in the lane. The left-hand layup. Good. 21-11. Mineral Point pulling away with 3:52 to play in this first half. Kind of surprised, not a timeout by Coach Sheevy at this moment. On the right side,
Probably close to doing so.
Probably. Hoping his guys will kind of get out of it here. Thought about the 3 was Van Natta. He'll dribble, now pass to Collins. Van Natta now looking down low to Kieler. Kieler floater in the lane. Off front iron, no. Offensive rebound. Collins put back is short. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Into the front court. That's going to be a left-hand layup and good by Cole Ripp. 23-11, Mineral Point, 3:14 to play in this first half. Mineral Point just looking there on cruise control right now, where they struggled just a little bit early. Now left side, 3 ball by Van Natta is good. Trevor Van Natta loading up and hitting a college range 3. That stops the hemorrhaging, 23-14. Mineral Point's lead is 9. That was quite the run for Mineral Point before allowing Cuba City to score. 14-0 run. 3 ball is up, no good. Cuba City with the rebound. Trevor Van Natta, bounce pass is going to be knocked away and stolen by the Pointers. Cole Ripp with the steal. Into the front court, just gliding and knocked away. Landon Geyer gets a steal. Here comes Hudson Kieler into the front court. He will get picked up, throws to the baseline to Collins, who has to save it. Now a 3 ball right side, off glass, no good by Landon Geyer. Rebound comes in. Hey guys, knock it off.
Pointers coach wanted an offensive foul on that fast break.
That they did. Dribble drive, up with a shot, no good. Rebound to Cuba City. 2 minutes to play in the first half, 23-14 in favor of Mineral Point. On the right-hand side, now we'll go back between the circles. That's Trevor Van Natta. Slowing it down, Cuba City. After being down by 12, they're down by 9 right at the moment. Left side, dribble drive, back out, top of the wheel. 3 ball, Geyer, back iron, no. Rebound, Cole Ripp. Mineral Point with the ball and 90 seconds to play in the first half. We'll go to Brett Bossert. Left side, Lee. Lee drives, kick, 3 ball right side, partially blocked. Rebound comes down to Carson Collins. His outlet pass to Hudson Kieler.
Well,
he goes to the hoop.
That should have been an offensive foul.
Up with a shot. No, they're going to call a defensive foul.
It looked to me like Kieler kind of threw his shoulder into
I was about to say, he kind of shoved, trying to get some separation.
It looked like it was a major shoulder shove.
And again, there's where the angle where we are across the way. But regardless, there'll be a foul on Aiden Patterson, his first, team foul number 2. Free throw is up and no good for Hudson Kieler. Cunis, Chrysler, Jeep, Dodge, Ram of Platteville powers our audio stream of today's broadcast. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models and is open Monday through Saturday. Head to Cunis in Platteville. And TriStar Pallets of Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. They want you to beautify your home with decorative colored mulch. Just give Jim Drury and the gang a call at TriStar Pallets in Highland and TriStar Mulch of Cobb and Platteville. 1 of 2 from the free throw line for Hudson Kieler. 23-15 is now your score in favor of Mineral Point. Pointer basketball, jump pass to the top of the wheel. 3 ball is launched, back iron no good by Drew Ashelman. Rebound comes down to the Cubans under 1 minute to play first half. Collins, swing it right side, Kieler. To the baseline is Leffelholtz. He's double teamed. Ball knocked out of bounds. Nope, he'll be staved in bounds. Off of Landon Leffelholtz. It will be Mineral Point basketball. Great athletic play by Cole Ripp.
That was a strange sequence of events.
It was. It looked like it was out of bounds, but the angle we have, it looks like it was a lot further down, plus how deep the baseline is.
And the referee's right there, so we don't know what he saw.
We're not used to the baseline being as deep as it is here at Mineral Point.
True.
35 seconds of play until the McNett Electric halftime report. 23-15. The Mineral Point Pointers with the lead, and it looks like they're going to be content with holding on to the ball for the last shot. As it's Keaton Dempsey just dribbling near the top, near center court. Now passing to Drew Ashelman. Ashelman being guarded by Collins. Back right side to Dempsey with 14. Now to Ripp. He's on the right wing with 10. Top to heel, Vomstead will go left side. Ashelman. He'll dribble drive, step back 3. It is no good. It goes over the backboard and it will be out of bounds. Cuba City basketball with 3 seconds of play until halftime. See if Cuba City can get a basket here and get some momentum going into the second half. Collins to inbound. Looking, needs help, gets it into Kieler with 2. Half-court shot, good if it goes. Just offline, no good. We have reached halftime. Mineral Point, 23, Cuba City, 15. Coming up, your halftime report, presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont, plus your halftime stats and recap of the action of the first half. It's all right here. It's high school boys basketball from the Swall Conference. Mineral Point 23, Cuba City 15 on Dubuque Super Hits 106, superhits106.com, and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In game 2.
Hello, Ben here from Darlington Family Dental. Your smile is as important to us as it is to you. Give us a call and schedule a consultation to figure out if clear aligners might be right for you. The consultation is free. Zero interest financing is available. This solution for your smile might be more cost-effective than you think. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
In game 2.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, where it's 23-15. Mineral Point is leading the Cuba City Cubans. Your halftime report is presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you. McNett Electric of Belmont. We'll have your halftime stats coming your way, plus a shoebox scoreboard update on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 3, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
If it's a double 50 or double 4 parlor you milk, see Fuller's Milker Center, your Kia dealer. Fuller's offers a complete line of high technology solutions to make your dairy a model of efficiency with state-of-the-art milking systems, revolutionary milking units, and the latest in udder prep and post-dipping systems with the best in automated animal monitoring. No matter how many cows you milk, you can rely on Fuller's Milker Center, LLC in Lancaster and Richland Center to keep your operation at peak efficiency.
Fuller's Milker Center.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
In Game 3.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We're at halftime for Mineral Point High School, where your score is Mineral Point 23 and Cuba City 15. Let's take a look at your halftime stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena El Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Individual scoring, first for the Cuba City Cubans, 8 points for Hudson Kieler, 4 for Carson Collins, and 3 for Trevor Van Nata. For the Mineral Point Pointers, Aiden Patterson with 7, Drew Ashelman with 6, Keaton Dempsey with 4, Hudson Schrader with 2, Torin Vomstead with 2, and Cole Rip with 2. Your team stats coming your way after this timeout on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 4.
They keep you on your toes. So it's more important than ever to stay healthy and ahead of the game. From flu shots to annual physicals, Dr. Ron White welcomes new patients and looks forward to keeping you well, accepting most major insurances, including Quartz, Medical Associates, and Dean, to name a few. For appointments in Lancaster or Fenimore, call 608-723-2131. Grant Regional Community Clinic. Better health starts here.
People's State Bank is a locally owned and managed bank with convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin and northeast Iowa. If you're looking for a place where you're more than just a number, but still have access to convenient technology and low fees, People's State Bank is it. As a community bank, they're proud to support many of the local charities, county fairs, community events, and more. When you become a part of People's State Bank, you can be confident that you're standing with a good cause. People's State Bank, member FDIC.
In Game 4.
Dubuque Super Hits 106. Online, superhits106.com and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. We're at halftime. It's Mineral Point 23 and Cuba City 15 is the Mineral Point Pep Band serenading the crowd. A good crowd on hand here tonight at Mineral Point High School. Let's take a look at your team stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena El Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Go online, dodgevilletax.com, for more information how Arena can help keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket during this upcoming tax season. First for the Cuba City Cubans, 3 of 7 for 43% from 2-point range. So only 7 shots in 2-point range. 2 of 12 from 3-point range, 17%. A grand total of 26% from the field in the first half, 5 of 19. Free throw shooting, 3 of 4 for 75%. All 4 of those by Hudson Kieler. For the Mineral Point Pointers, shooting 10 of 16 from 2-point range at 63%, a blazing percentage inside the arc. Beyond the arc, on the other hand, is a different ball game. 1 of 10 from 3-point range for 10%. So shooting the grand total, 11 of 26 for 42% from the field. 0 for 2 from the free throw line. Rebounding, pretty even rebounding-wise. Cuba City has 15 total rebounds, 12 for Mineral Point. Both teams had 4 offensive rebounds. The turnover story, both teams would say they'd like it to be lower, as Cuba City had 9 turnovers, where Mineral Point had 7. Those are your halftime stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting, with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. voted Iowa County's best of the best more often than not, I think is the best way to put it, right, Raina?
I like it.
Yeah, more often than not, you're best of the best of Iowa County.
At least in the last 18 years.
Yes, I think 7 of the last 9 years you've been best of the best, according to the shopping news, Grant, Iowa, and Lafayette County shopping news.
Like that,
Dodgeville Tax and Accounting, offices in Gratiot, and primary office in Dodgeville, 608-930-7500. 608-930-7500 is a number you can call to make an appointment, or you can go online to dodgevilletax.com. Again, to see how Raina can help keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket during tax season, because she'll be too busy doing taxes and not being able to help me with stats.
That's right.
And we already know that how much help I need.
Unless I can do it from a video feed on location, right?
And that's the beauty of the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. But then I still want you to come home, though. I don't need you to.
Oh, yeah.
I don't need you to be watching the game.
If I can get a break, I'll help. If I can't,
There we go. There we go. We'll wrap up your McNett Electric halftime report after this timeout and get back to the second half of action. Mineral Point 23 and Cuba City 15 on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
In Game 5.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors, combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton has unique team treasures. They have over 25,000 signed sports cards, plus autographed photos, bobbleheads, caps, signed baseballs, and more. That's Steve Schmidt's Sports Treasures Plus in Stoughton.
Turbin Dodge salutes Jennifer Takis, Director of Nursing at Stonehill Communities. Turbin will make a donation to Stonehill Communities in Jennifer's honor. Visit TurbinDodge.com to nominate an area nurse. Thank you, Jennifer. From Turbin Dodge in Dubuque.
In Game 5.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 is KIYX FM, Sageville, Dubuque, Platteville, Galena, a Queen Bee radio station. With our statistician, Arena Satterley, I'm John Satterley from Mineral Point High School, where the Mineral Point Pointers are leading the Cuba City Cubans 23-15. It's been your halftime report presented to you by McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call and ready to help you. That's McNett Electric, Belmont. As we start the second half of action, Cuba City with the basketball. As we see it here from our perch, from the Ayers Furniture broadcast booth, right to left, as you see it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, left to right. That ball is going to be knocked out of bounds, and it will remain Cuba City basketball. I think one thing in the second half, what Cuba City needs to do is what they did right away. And of course, yeah, that's obviously hitting a shot. Don't get me wrong, Raina. But I think, that what you had said at the beginning, drive and dish. I know, especially with that zone defense, you collapse the defense and then hit those open, they don't even always have to be 3-point shots. They can still be 2-pointers and be effective.
Right. They got to get the defense to draw.
Absolutely. That's one thing.
But this disciplined defense isn't doing that much.
They have not been doing much of it at all. Still the 1-3-1 defense being employed by the Mineral Point Pointers, and now trapping defense as well, as the ball will slip through everybody's legs, but it will go out toward midcourt where it's picked up by Hudson Kieler. Kieler has it on the right side, now swinging it over to Van Natta. Van Natta thought about the three, now Kieler, he will take the three, and he'll drain the three. Hudson Keeler's second three of the game. He now has 11, and just like that, Cuba City is within 5, 23-18. Mineral Point's been on 23 now for the last 4 minutes of game time until that three ball right there. Drew Ashelman dialing up from distance, 26-18. All I had to do was say they hadn't scored, and I didn't even get it out of my mouth that he scores. So on the right side is Kieler. Kieler and Van Natta just playing catch between the circles. trying to find an opening on this Mineral Point defense.
It's not going to magically open, boys. You got to drive.
That they do. Left-hand side, it'll be a drive. Van Natta to the rack. Up and under move is good.
That works too.
Trevor Van Natta, he has 5. The lead is 6 for Mineral Point at 26-20. Just a little more than a minute and a half gone by in this second half. As Keaton Dempsey with the basketball. Now he'll hand it off to Brett Bossert. Right side, 3-ball launch from the wing is good by Drew Ashelman. Back to back, long distance bomb by Drew Ashelman. He has 12. He had 6 going into halftime. He has 6 now in the first 2 minutes of the second half. It's 29-20 in favor of the Pointers. Now it's Landon Geyer on the right side, handing it off to Trevor Van Natta. Back to Guler, dribble drive, spin move, fade away, blocked. Van Natta's shot is blocked by Cole Rippon. Here come the Pointers into the front court. Ashelman between the circles. He'll dial up from the 10-foot range, from the 10-foot line in volleyball. No good. That was a heat check 3. Now it's Hudson Kieler into the front court. He had an opening. Instead of just sliding back, he would have had an opening to the hoop if he was looking for it. Instead, he'll pass it into the baseline to Landon Geyer. Back out to Kieler, being absolutely physical with Keaton Dempsey. Now Geyer, left side, hands off to Cam Guler. Guler, a little shimmy and shake, and he'll hand it off to Briggs Rundy. Now top of the wheel, 3-ball. Back iron, no good by Trevor Van Natta. Rebound comes down to Mineral Point. Keaton Dempsey into the front court, right side, up by 9. Between the legs, dribble on the elbow. We'll hand it off to Brett Bossert. Now left side is Ashelman. Hand off to Patterson, trying to find some room on the interior, and he'll be hand-checked by Landon Geyer. That'll be his first personal, team foul number 1 of the second half. Community First Bank, for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City and ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com. And by Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, appliedmicro.biz.
Bossert just threw it out of bounds.
The ball's in the corner, and Cuba. One thing I give credit to with Cuba City, their pressure has been just as good. It just Mineral Point shooting has been better.
Yep.
Shoebox scoreboard update in wrestling, college wrestling. The Pioneers of UW Platteville defeat UW Oshkosh 31-18. So congratulations to Pioneer Wrestling. Now Cuba City basketball. Kieler down low, he gets triple team, kicks it out to Collins, who's back in the game. Up with a layup, no, but a foul is going to be called, I think, on the floor first.
Yep.
And that will go. Keaton Dempsey's first personal, team foul number 1 of the second half. That's only 3 fouls called on Mineral Point this entire game, and we're at 14:23 to play in the second half, 29-20. In favor of Mineral
Point.
Point.
3 fouls called either side, it looks like for me.
Well, 3. Yeah, both teams only have 3 total fouls. Dribble drive all the way to the rack. The layup is good by Briggs Rundy. Beautiful move by Briggs Rundy. He found an opening in that zone defense, was able to get to the rack. 29-22. Mineral Point's lead is 7. 4 minutes gone by in the second half. Torrin Vomstead will pass off left side to Keaton Dempsey. Dempsey drives to the rack as he gathers. No good. Rebound to Briggs Rundy. Here come the Cubans. Kieler on the right side. Slows it down. Stutter steps. Spin move to the rack. Up with a shot. No, but he'll get 2 free throws for trying.
Yeah, that's what they got to do. Attack and draw the fouls.
Absolutely. Second foul on Aiden Patterson and second team foul.
Keeler's 3 for 4 from the free throw line.
Right. And his first one this time around is going to be up, and it is good. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Cuba City Collision and Repair. Recommended by a long list of satisfied customers. See Joel Groom, Brian Cohen, and the crew at Cuba City Collision and Repair. And by Gorgon Funeral Services. Caring for families since 1916. Gorgon Funeral Services, Dodgeville and Mineral Point. Both free throws good for Hudson Kieler. He has 13. It is a 5-point Mineral Point advantage at 29-24, 13:30 to play in the second half. On the left-hand side, thought pump fake on the 3 instead of passing it. It'll be Drew Ashelman. Ashelman to Patterson. Now to the right side on the baseline. Now looking somewhere, and a timeout's going to be called. We'll take it as well. Full timeout by Mineral Point. 29-24, Pointers lead on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
This is a full
in Game 6.
This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
From small-town businesses to large multi-state operations, Tricor Insurance and Auto Owners Insurance have industry expertise that can cover all types of businesses.
Having an insurance agency that understands our business is a real benefit. They know our people. It's something Tricor does really well.
Tricor's in-depth knowledge of insurance, regulation, compliance, and safety consulting is here to help your business succeed. Working with leading insurance companies like Auto Owners Insurance. They'll be there when you need them most. Visit TricorInsurance.com to learn more about Tricor Insurance Cycle of Care.
In Game 6.
Ivy Construction is a family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and construction company, excavation company serving Southwest Wisconsin. Ivy's Construction, Mineral Point, 29-24. The Pointers lead the Cubans as we resume play after the Mineral Point timeout. The ball loose down low will be kicked out for a three. It is no good by Bomstead. Rebound loose on the floor, picked up by the Pointers. Now Drew Ashelman, right side, jump pass, cross court. Now dribble drive up with a shot, no good by Dempsey. Rebound loose. Jump ball called. Mineral Point will keep possession. Brian Steffes Construction, your local Wick Building dealer, Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since 1996. Put Wick Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. And it will be
traveling
violation.
Patterson.
Thank you. Couldn't see through some of the bodies down there. 29-24. It's a two-possession game. Mineral Point with the lead. Cuba City with the basketball. On the right side, it's Van Natta. Jump pass to Leffelholtz. Surprise Collins with the pass. Now it's back out to Van Natta. Van Natta will drive to the elbow, spin move, double team, kick out to Collins, top the wheel Kieler. Kieler drive, spin move, floater down low, finds Rundy, no good, partially blocked. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Ashelman into the front court, he slows it down between the circles. Now we'll go to the right side to Patterson. Back to Ashelman. Ashelman will drive in the lane, up with a shot, too strong. Offensive rebound, however, by Schroeder, it looks like. Excuse me, that's Dempsey. Now, three ball right wing is nothing but nylon for Drew Ashelman.
I think you were right the first time, John.
Drew Ashelman! Yep, you're right. It was number 20, Hudson Schrader. But that was a three ball by Drew Ashelman. His third of the second half. He has all 9 Mineral Pointer points. Say that 3 times fast.
Right.
Here in the second half. 32-24 in favor of Mineral Point. Left side Collins, pump fake on the three. He will lose the handle of it. A jump ball will be called. Possession error will stay with Cuba City. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. At Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson, at Laley Center Monroe. Inbound comes into Rundy for Cuba City. Now goes to Van Natta. Kieler resets the offense between the circles. He's looking to a one-on-one. He spin moved, kick shot, no good from the elbow. Rebound comes down to the Pointers and Keaton Dempsey. 32-24. Mineral Point with the lead and the basketball. 11:20 to play in this second half. Bomstead drives and he travels with it. He ran into a brick wall with a black jersey on it. I think that was Griggs Rundy.
Agreed.
And it'll be a turnover. Hutter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel, Edward Jones, Reeves Wealth Management in Platteville, and Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. Cuba City would love to get a basket here, being down by 8 with 11 minutes to play in the second half. Left side Collins, pump fake on the three, drives, he gets the ball knocked away. Now a three ball on the left baseline, that's good! Cameron Kieler from downtown, 32-27. Cubans within 5. One thing with Cuba City in the last couple of games, they've lost by only 2 possessions. They just need to do 1 or 2 things different, and they maybe get a win. Is tonight that night? They're hanging right with these Pointers. Here's a long 3 left. Wing is nothing but net again. Drew Ashelman, his 4th 3 of the half. 35-27. Pointers with the lead. Now Kieler will drive. He'll kick it back out to Guler. Guler to the right side. That's Van Natta. He resets near center court. 10-15 remains. 35-27. Dribble drive. Van Natta gets it to go. Trevor Van Natta was 7. The lead for the Pointers is 6. 35-29. 10 minutes exactly to play in this second half. Dribble drive. Kick left side. 3-ball launch. No good. Rims out. And Cuba City with the rebound, but I think a foul's going to be called on Mineral Point first, as Vincent Cummins is into the contest now. Carson Collins gets called for his first personal. Yep, Vincent Cummins, he's in the contest. He is a 6'4" sophomore wearing number 32.
He played some in the first half, John. They had him posting up at the top of the free throw line.
Gotcha. Dribble drive out of control. No good by Dempsey. Here come the Cubans into the front court. Stop, kick it back out. Left side Collins. He will dribble drive. He slows it down. Now goes cross court. Cameron Guler had to use all of his frame to catch that one. Now the ball stolen away on an errant pass. Vomstad with the layup. It's good. Torrin Vomstad.
He's quick.
He is quick. And the lead is now 8 for Mineral Point. 37-29. Almost another steal by Mineral Point. A little sloppy with the Cuban passing.
Complacent with their passing.
I wouldn't even say it's sloppy. Predictable.
Complacent.
Yep. Dribble drive. Trying to go somewhere is Guler toward the middle. We'll kick it out to Cummins. Now back to Guler. Guler looking down low to Van Natta. Loses the handle, out of bounds. Mineral Point basketball. Century 21 affiliated in Boscobel. Want to see Bobby, Joe, Hans, Allison, or Richard for all of your real estate needs. Century 21 in Boscobel. And visit AnytimeRoofingWI.com to see how Anytime Roofing can help with your next roofing or siding project. And Utter Brothers Creamery in Boscobel. It's 8:48 to play in the second half. It's an 8-point Mineral Point lead at 37-29. Ball loose on the floor. Mineral Point trying to rip it away, and a jump ball called. Pointers will retain possession. The Melby Funeral Home and Crematory of Platteville offers a history of caring and understands that each family is unique and will honor personal requests and tradition. Matt and Laura Melby at the Melby Funeral Home and Crematory, Platteville. And by Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best. See Rob Krantz and the crew for full service repair on cars and light trucks too. Krantz Auto Parts and Krantz Hardware Do It Best in Fenimore. Mineral Point with the basketball on the inbound. Dribble drive by Ashelman. Now he'll kick it back out. To the right side, Dempsey. He thought about driving, but good defense by the Cubans. Cameron Guler not allowing him to do so. Now Guler will get the steal. Here comes Cuba City on offense. Cummins in the backcourt to Van Natta. Van Natta stutter step, gets to their lane. Drive to the hoop, it's good. Trevor Van Natta. He has 9. It's 37-31. The Cubans within 6 with 8 minutes to play in the second half. Cubans looking for a run in them, and a timeout is going to be called by Mineral Point. Will take it as well. 37-31 in favor of Mineral Point on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
In Game 7, dairies of all sizes can benefit from the labor reduction, consistency, and constant monitoring available with the GIA Automation Solutions at Fuller's Milker Center. Your dairy is unique and deserves automation solutions that fit your herd and management style. Whether you're looking to automate the entire milking process, your pre- or post-milking routine, or your calf feeding system, GIA has the customizable automation solution for you. Contact Fuller's Milker Center, LLC, your GIA dealer in Lancaster and Richland Center to learn more about automating your dairy.
This is Mike Phillips, president of Mound City Bank. For over 110 years, Mound City Bank has been locally owned and proud to serve our communities. While other banks change ownership, our commitment to you stays the same. We're not changing, we're growing with you. With convenient locations in Platteville, Belmont, Cuba City, Mineral Point, and Mount Horeb, Mound City Bank is proud to be part of your community. Call us today at 888-622-6069 and discover why we're proud to be here for you. Member FDIC.
In Game 7.
Sloan Implement, your official John Deere dealer in Bloomington, Cuba City, Montfort, and at sloans.com. We resume play after the Mineral Point timeout. It is 37-31, a 3-ball left wing. That is no good by Drew Ashelman. Rebound comes down to the Cubans.
Oh my goodness, he missed one?
I know, that's about what it feels like too.
It does.
So now Cuba City looking to take advantage here, try to cut this 6-point deficit down. Left-hand side, Van Natta. He'll dribble drive into the lane. Kick out right side. Now all the way to the rack. Kick out. 3-ball on the left baseline. Oh, it's no good by Landon Geyer. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. 7:16 to play here in this second half. 37-31. Cubans trail the Pointers wide open. No good. Cole Ripp blew the bunny. Nobody was near him. Cuba City looking to take advantage, and a foul will be called on Mineral Point. Brett Bossert, a frustration foul. That will be his first, team foul number 3. That's all that was a frustration foul. Can't say I blame him for being frustrated.
Nope.
So now Cuba City to inbound. Down by 6. 7:01 to play in the second half. Landon Geyer gets the inbound to Cameron Guler. Guler picks up his dribble top of the wheel to Kieler right side. Now looks like Mineral Point has gone to a man-to-man defense instead of the zone they've been playing earlier. Drive, Kieler, double team, spin, 10-footer is good. Hudson Kieler pulls the Cubans within 4. 37-33, 6:35 remains in the second half. Now Dempsey going cross court. Now picking up the dribble is Brett Bossert. Back to the top of the wheel over to Ashelman. Looking down low, cross-court pass. Pumping on the 3 is Dempsey. He'll get an open lane. Drive to the hoop, the layup is good. 39-33, the Pointers reclaim a 6-point advantage with 6:10 to play in the second half. Van Natta looks to answer the drive of his own. No, but he'll go to the line and shoot 2. That was a beautiful drive. Aiden Patterson now has 3 personal fouls.
More fouls called in the last couple minutes than in most of the rest of the game.
Absolutely.
Combined.
2 free throws coming up here for Van Natta. The first one's on its way, and that rims off and is no good.
And somebody besides Hudson Kieler.
Carver's Hardwood Flooring. For hardwood flooring, stair installation, or refinishing needs, call Ryan Carver, the only National Wood Flooring Association certified installer, sander, and finisher in the tri-state area. Carver's Hardwood Flooring in Benton. 1 out of 2 from the free throw line for Trevor Van Natta. It's a 5-point advantage for Mineral Point at 39-34. 6 minutes to play in the second half. Our post-game show coming your way that's presented to you by Tri-State Roofing, LLC. This game just has me mesmerized right at the moment. On the left-hand side is a dribble drive by Drew Ashelman to the rack. The layup is too strong. Rebound comes down to the Pointers. Swing right side, open, 3-ball. Way too strong. Another offensive rebound. That by Hudson Schrader. And now resetting the offense. Drive by Bossert. He gets trapped. Now have to go back out beyond the arc to pay it Patterson. Bossert, 3-ball, front iron, no. Another offensive rebound, but it's going to be thrown out of bounds. Cuba City basketball. Gary's Pest Control of Dickeyville salutes our local athletes. Gary's Pest Control, over 40 years of professional, friendly service. People's State Bank for personal, home, business, and ag loans. Visit one of their convenient area locations or visit peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC. And Bouse Electric. Call Brad and Adrian and Josh Busher at Bouse Electric, Lancaster, and Fenimore.
Back to the zone defense.
I was just about to say, Mineral Point goes back to their zone defense, and a foul is going to be called for reaching in on the Pointers. Keegan Dempsey is called for his second personal, team foul number 5. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington. And WCC Brands Custom Apparel in Kieler, WCC-brands.com. Cuba City looking to pull within 1 possession here on this, I almost want to say drive, but it kind of feels that way with the score, 39-34 with 4:45 to play in the second half. To the top of the key, kick out, now left side Rundy. Now the entry passes taken away and stolen, trying to get it in to Hudson Kieler. That was an ill-advised pass. Now dribbled by Ashelman, spin in the lane, scoop shot, no. Rebound, Landon Geyer holding his own against Drew Ashelman on that possession. Cubans need a score here, down by 5 and 4:20 to play. Now it's Cameron Guler, back top of the wheel to Geyer. Back to Geyer on the right side, over to Van Natta. He'll dial up from distance and drain it! Trevor Van Natta from downtown. And then the whistle blows after the play. And it looks like a foul is going to be called after the shot on Cameron Guler.
No, it's on Mineral.
Well, then how does Mineral? Well, then how does
not on Mineral.
that doesn't
That's not
sound
Mineral.
right
That was
because
on-
then how would it go on Mineral Point? Or
Right.
how-
I
that
think
can't
it
go
was
on Mineral
misannounced.
Point. That would have to go on Cameron Guler, his first.
I
Well,
think that was misannounced.
it was misannounced as a fourth because Cuba City would still have the ball.
Right.
But Mineral Point has it. Dribble drive to the rack. Foul called on the Cubans.
Easy enough to do when you're used to calling the number 10.
Absolutely. See where the foul goes on here.
Number 24, Landon Geyer, his second.
So Landon Geyer's called for his second. And being a PA announcer at UW Platteville, it's easy enough to
They
do.
did fix it.
They fixed it on the video board. Okay,
Yep.
good. Free throw is up and good by Drew Ashelman. Breckler Insurance Group, for all of your insurance needs. See Steve Lendowski at Breckler Insurance in Fenimore. Breckler Insurance, serving Southwest Wisconsin for over 95 years. 14 points in the second half for Drew Ashelman. He has 20 for the game. 41-37. The Cubans trail by 4 with 3:40 to play in the second half. Right side is Carson Collins going cross court to Van Natta. Van Natta to Geyer, back to Van Natta. Thought about the three for a moment, instead it goes to Geyer. Geyer back to Van Natta, and timeout is going to be called by Cuba City. Will take one as well. 3:27 to play, second half, 41-37. Pointers lead the Cubans on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
In Game 8.
It's definitely cold and flu season. Congestion, stuffy nose, difficulty breathing. But do you have these types of symptoms all year? Dr. Dale Chilson, ear, nose, and throat specialist at Grant Regional Health Center, offers 27 years of experience and provides accurate diagnosis and effective treatment for a wide variety of sinus issues. Call 608-723-2131 to schedule your appointment at our specialty clinic location in Lancaster today. Grant Regional Health Center. Better health starts here.
Hi, this is Christine Raleigh of Raleigh Cheese, wishing all area athletes successful seasons. Cheese is a great source of protein for school lunches or a snack before the big game. Stop in and try some of our award-winning artisan cheeses like Dunbarton Blue, Red Rock, and Little Mountain. We have fresh cheese curds weekly and a wide variety of snacks and beverages, plus made-to-order cheese trays. Shop locally and taste the difference of handmade Wisconsin cheese at Raleigh Cheese House on the corner of Highways 11 and 23, Shellsburg.
In Game 8.
Community First Bank, for you and the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFBank.com, member FDIC. And Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington, and Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. See Hermson's for the perfect paint for your next project. Hermson's Ace Hardware, Bloomington and Platteville. Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City, and ColeAcresGolfandGrill.com, and Applied Micro, your computer and networking specialist in Platteville, Dodgeville, AppliedMicro.biz. After the timeout, Cuba City with the basketball, trailing Mineral Point 41-37. Let's see what Coach Sheevey drew up here. Dribble, drive, scoop in the lane is good. Trevor Van Natta, the second half has been his. 41-39, the Cubans within 2 with 3 minutes to play in the second half. Van Natta with 15 for the game. Dribble drive on the left side in the lane, shot up by Ashelman is no good. Cuba City faithful not liking the call, but the foul is called on Cameron Guler, his second, team foul number 5. So both teams with 5 team fouls. First free throw is up, and that is good from Drew Ashelman. He has been a scoring machine this second half. He has 15 of his 21 points in the second half. Second free throw, no good. Rebound, Cubans. Still a one-possession game, 42-39 in favor of Mineral Point. 2:45 to play, second half. Van Natta to the top of the wheel to Kieler. Kieler drifts to the right side. Stutter steps against Ashelman. We'll get it back out now. It will go to Kieler. Kieler on the baseline. Back top of the wheel, Van Natta. Van Natta behind the back dribble. He gets in the lane, kicks it back out. 3 ball by Geyer. Back rim, no. Rebound comes down to Ashelman. Pointers into the front court, up by 3, 2:20 remains. Now to the right side. Again, Mineral Point does not have to be in any hurry. Both teams with 5 team fouls, so still with 1 foul to give if you're Cuba City before there are any free throws. Brett Boster will hand it off to Ashelman as Mineral Point does not look to be in any hurry to get toward the lane.
Would you?
Nope. Why,
There's
you're
no
up.
shot clock.
Drive, Ashelman off glass, no. Rebound comes down to the Cubans. He was looking for a foul. Contact, but nothing called. Right side, Kieler drives off glass. It's good. Hudson Kieler pulls the Cubans to within 1. 42-41. 1:35 to play in the second half. The ball thrown out of bounds. Cuba City basketball. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Brian's Auto Body and Paint Specialists. The pros at Brian's get the job done right. For unexpected dings or major repair projects, head to Brian's Auto Body and Paint. Lancaster and West End Salvage of Lancaster. See Junkyard Joe Krantz and the West End Salvage team for recycling as well as construction and demolition waste too. West End Salvage of Lancaster. 1:25 to play, second half. Dribble drive by over to the left side. Collins saved it from going out of bounds. He will get it back out to Cameron Guler. Now resetting Hudson Kieler with a $1.15. He'll dribble drive, spin move in the lane, kick to the corner. 3 ball by Geyer. Good! Landon Geyer from downtown. Cuba City leads 44-42. 1:07 to play in the second half. And a 30-second timeout called by Tanner Sheevy in Cuba City. Tonight's game brought to you by Brian Steffes Construction, your local WIC building dealer in Mineral Point, serving all of Southwest Wisconsin since '96. Put WIC Buildings, your dreams, and Brian Steffes Construction's expertise to work for you. Ivy Construction of Mineral Point. Ivy Construction, Inc., family-owned and operated ready-mix aggregate and excavation company serving Southwest Wisconsin. That's Ivy Construction, Mineral Point. Southwest Health has over 24 specialty services and more than 50 specialists, so you can have specialized care without traveling far from home. Learn more about their specialty services at southwesthealth.org. And Laley Center Monroe, call your local dairy automation specialist, Jordan Wilson at Laley Center Monroe. What a game. Also, Cole Acres Golf and Grill in Cuba City, coleacresgolfandgrill.com. 1:07 and counting in the second half. 44-42, Cuba City leading Mineral Point. Pointers with the basketball. Dempsey on the right side. Man-to-man defense being played over to Drew Ashelman. Ashelman trying to shove off Collins, who's all over him like a glove. Down to 50 seconds to play second half. Ashelman being guarded by Collins. Man-to-man defense.
Crowd wants him to go.
Crowd is getting antsy. Pump fake on the 3 by Ashelman. He'll get it to Bossert, gives it back to Ashelman. Back to Bossert. And timeout is going to be called by Mineral Point with 36.6 to play in this second half. And this will be a full timeout. We'll take it as well on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
In Game 9, contact Russell Law Offices for local legal representation. Call for a consultation to discuss personal injury, estate planning, family law, criminal defense, probate administration, and more. Russell Law Offices in Platteville, Dodgeville, Cuba City, and Darlington.
Hello, Mitch here from Kieler Family Dental. There's never been a better time to explore what's possible for you and your family at our 3 state-of-the-art facilities. From routine dental care to same-day crowns to clear liners, veneers, and implants, we cover a wide spectrum of dental services. Call our team and experience patient-centered care for you and your family at Cuba City, Darlington, and Kieler Family Dental. Ask about our new patient specials. Keep smiling, Tri-States.
Streaming on this Queen Bee radio station is powered by Cunis, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Platteville. The Cunis Service Department cares for all makes and models. Open Monday through Saturday with shuttles and loaner vehicles available too. Head to Cunis in Platteville.
In Game 9.
Tonight's game on Dubuque Super Hits 106 brought to you in part by Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in Southwest Wisconsin where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. And by Grant Regional Health Center's ortho team, Dr. Brad Binsfeld and Nate Stocco, PAC, provide exceptional care for sports-related injuries. Grant Regional Health Center, better health starts here. A steal by Cuba City, going coast to coast, and a steal by Mineral Point. Here come the Pointers with 29 seconds to play.
Was there a shot there?
No, it was a steal.
Okay.
On the left-hand side, it's Ashelman with 20 seconds. Step back, pump fake on the three. Collins all over him. Right side, Dempsey, and he will be fouled with 16.3 seconds to play. There's your foul to give.
Yep.
Foul goes on Van Natta. That is his second. Team foul number 6. Nobody on Cuba City has more than 2 personal fouls. Aiden Patterson has 3 personal fouls. Timeout called by Cuba City. Full timeout. We'll take it as well on Dubuque Super Hits 106.
In game 10.
Are high bank fees draining your wallet? It's time for a change.
At People's State Bank, they believe in low fees that put you first.
Tired of being charged for using your debit card, sneaky paper statement fees, or monthly maintenance fees?
With People's State Bank's People's Checking Account, those fees are a thing of the past.
Worried about ATM fees?
At People's State Bank, they reimburse you for up to 3 ATM fees per month. They work hard to keep your money where it belongs, in your pocket.
Make the switch to People's State Bank today. Visit a branch near you or peoplesfinancial.com. Member FDIC.
If you're upgrading a home or business, call the trusted pros at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors. They offer a premium selection of CHI overhead doors combining style, durability, and security for both residential and commercial properties. Need rain gutters to protect your building from water damage? Carey's has you covered there too. Learn more at Carey'sGuttersandDoors.com. They sell the best and service the rest. Get the quality you deserve at Carey Seamless Gutters and Overhead Doors, Belmont, and Prairie du Chien.
In game 10.
Claire Bank with their 8 convenient locations in southwest Wisconsin, where they say we can do that. Member FDIC and an equal housing lender. 16.3 seconds to play in the second half. 44-42. Cuba City leads Mineral Point. It's Pointer basketball. Inbound comes into Ashelman on the right side. He takes a fadeaway 3. Good! And a foul! Drew Ashelman with a fall-away 3-pointer going out of bounds, hits it, and he gets fouled by Briggs Rundy. A potential 4-point play. Wow. Unreal.
Throw out the records, John. The rivalry is still there.
Free throw, no good. Rebound, Cuba City into the front court with 8 seconds. Timeout, Cubans. Their final timeout with 7 seconds remaining. We're going nowhere. 45 to 44. Cubans with the lead. 11.7 seconds to play is when Drew Ashelman hit a 3-pointer and 1, missed the free throw, but now Cuba City down by 1 with a chance to win with 7 seconds to go. Keep in mind, this will play 2, Raina. 5 team fouls are what Mineral Point has. They have a foul to give.
They do.
So they can just foul with about 4 seconds to go, and there can be no free throws because there's no 1-and-1 bonus. So that plays a factor, and we'll see how Coach Brett McGraw will play that. Community First Bank, for you in the communities where you live, work, and play. Experience for yourself the difference at Community First Bank. CFbank.com, member FDIC, and McNett Electric of Belmont. They can assist you with all of your electrical needs. Whatever the need, agricultural, commercial, or residential, Chip and his crew at McNett Electric are on call, ready to help you. McNett Electric, Belmont, Coal Acres Golf and Grill, Cuba City, coalacresgolfandgrill.com. Here we go. Mineral Point 45, Cuba City 44. Cuba City basketball right in front of our Ayers Furniture broadcast booth. Inbound comes in. That's to Van Natta. He drives right side to the hoop. He loses the handle. Out of bounds. Mineral Point basketball. 1.4 to go. Game is not over yet, but it helps Mineral Point. No timeouts remain for Cuba City as well. The inbound comes in, and a quick foul. Dempsey is fouled with 0.4 seconds to play. Foul on Cuba City. Did not see who that went on. Nobody is close to fouling out. I think
Cuba fouls on number 1, Carson Collins.
Carson Collins will be called for a foul.
Team's 8 at the line for
Again, that's his second personal team foul, number 8. 1-and-1 bonus. Look like the official is talking at the desk. 0.8 is what they have on the clock now, so they gave 0.4 of a second more on the clock. 45-44, Mineral Point with the 1-point lead. The game-winning, right now, the game-leading shot by Drew Ashelman. Now Keaton Dempsey looking to ice it. Free throw, good. Front end of the 1-and-1 bonus, it is good. This one, for a 3-point lead, if he misses it, it pretty much still seals the game anyway, barring a miracle. Dempsey free throw. Rattles around, no good. And Kieler heaves it, no good. And that is your ball game.
And your final score,
Mineral Point 46, Cuba City 44. Another heartbreaking loss for the Cuba City Cubans as they led 44-42. And then a game-winning 3-point basket by Drew Ashelman with 11.7 seconds to play ended up sealing the deal for the Mineral Point Pointers. We'll have your post-game show coming your way in just a few moments, presented to you by Tri-State Roofing, LLC, where we'll talk with your most valuable player. We'll have your Tri-Core Turning Point and your Scrapper of the game, presented by West End Salvage, all on the way. 46-44, Mineral Point defeats Cuba City, and you heard it all right here on Dubuque Super Hits 106, and you watched it on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Post-game 1 minute.
The Gifted Hands Thrift Store in Galena offers low-cost clothing and household goods to the public. Shop local and support individuals with disabilities served by the Galena Workshop. The thrift store provides paying jobs to many individuals and is a stepping stone for some to get a job in the community. Donated items are accepted at the workshop on Southwest Street in Galena, Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m., except holidays. Gifted Hands Thrift Store at the Galena Workshop is open Tuesday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturdays 9 till 1.
A fraction of a raindrop, 3 grains of salt, at up to 100 times more potent than morphine. The tiniest amount of illegal fentanyl is all it takes to cause an overdose. Fentanyl can be mixed into heroin, cocaine, pressed pills, meth, and other drugs. It could be in your drugs, and you wouldn't be able to see it, taste it, or smell it. Learn more at cdc.gov/stop-overdose.
Hey y'all, I'm Kelly Clarkson. Every American dreams of creating a better life for his or her family, but in some communities, those dreams face difficult challenges. When we come together to help those in need get the same opportunities as everyone else, we truly are making our country a better place to live for all of us. So look for volunteer opportunities in your community to help others achieve the American dream, all right? This message is courtesy of the United States Air Force.
Hey, hon, what you doing with your phone? Taking pictures?
No, I'm asking it questions.
Like what?
Hey, Bobo, do flowers have best friends?
I'm sorry. I'm afraid I don't know that.
Hey, follow me. I want to show you something. Look, flowers do have best friends.
Whoa.
Some answers can only be found in nature. Discover the unsearchable. Visit discovertheforest.org to find a trail near you. Brought to you by the United States Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Right now, our country feels divided, but there's a place where people are coming together.
I was nervous to talk to someone so different than me.
Me too.
Love Has No Labels and One Small Step are helping people with different political views, beliefs, and experiences connect through conversation, and it feels good.
This conversation gives me hope.
It gives me a lot of hope, too.
Take a step toward bringing our country and your community together. Start a conversation at lovehasnolabels.com/onesmallstep. A message from StoryCorps, Love Has No Labels, and the Ad Council.
Hello, my name is Andrea Delzell, and I've been using a wheelchair since I was 5 years old. If I had one message for the general public, it would be relax. Some folks get really flustered around disabled people, so they just pretend we're not there. I've actually had waiters talk to my companion and completely ignore me. People with disabilities just want the same respect and consideration as everyone else.
This is a message from United Spinal Association. Download our disability etiquette booklet at unitedspinal.org.
It's time for the Tri-State Roofing postgame show. This is Ben Baker, owner of Tri-State Roofing, LLC. Did you know we can take care of your roofing projects during the winter months? Tri-State Roofing uses reliable, long-lasting products that can be effectively applied in harsh winter temperatures. See our team for ice dam removal, gutter cleaning, and heat tape installation. Tri-State Roofing is fully insured, and we offer free estimates. Call Tri-State Roofing to fix your winter roofing issues.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel, a thriller here at the Scott Schmitz Community Gym in Mineral Point High School, where the Mineral Point Pointers hold on and defeat the Cuba City Cubans 46-44. With Arena Satterley, I'm John Satterley. A shoebox scoreboard update. Rob Spangler's got quite the game tonight. River Ridge and Potosi Cassville, they're tied at 46 with 26 seconds remaining there in a Six Rivers West matchup on X1071. So if you want to hear the end of that one, 46-46, River Ridge, Potosi Cassville are tied with 26 seconds to go. Now that from Rob Spangler. Wow. So again, some really good games on Queen Bee Radio family of stations. Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel as well. Not that we want you to go anywhere, but hey, if you want to hear the end of that one, I don't blame you. I kind of want to do the same thing myself. But let's go ahead and put a bow on this one during our post-game show, presented to you by Tri-State Roofing, LLC. This was a game that realistically, Rain, I'd say, was controlled by Mineral Point in this one. You know, Cuba City had a lead early, up 9-4, but then it was a huge run by Mineral Point to really take control. It was 11-9. Cuba City had the lead with 8:29 to go in that first half. Then after that, it was pretty much all Mineral Point from that point on. It got to be 23-11. So again, quick math, 14-0 run by Mineral Point. Really put it in their favor.
Yep. For
the Mineral Point Pointers, they led by as many as 12 points. But again, the one thing,
couldn't put them away though.
But
that was just it.
Absolutely, the one thing about this Cuba City team that you're going to look at their record, you're going to be disappointed in their record being 2-8. But the last 3 games, they've lost by 3 points. They've lost by 3 points. Now they lose by 2 points. This team is right there.
They are.
They really are. This team is right there.
Something to bring it together and get them over that hump.
Absolutely. They had the lead, there toward the end, 45-44. Excuse me. They had the lead 44-42 after a clutch, and I mean clutch three-pointer by Landon Geyer in the corner. Those things don't happen. I don't want to say very often, but Cuba City, again, right there. And Mineral Point is extremely talented. Nobody's going to take that away from them. Yeah, this was a heavyweight battle.
It was.
And Cuba City's record right now is really not indicative of how good this team is.
That's what I said. With the rivalry games, we've talked about it. It doesn't matter to the sport. Throw the record out because they're out for blood.
Absolutely. I think we have to go with our Tricor Turning Point, presented to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. And it's really hard to narrow something down since this was a back-and-forth game. I'm going to have to come down to, we're going to say it about multiple times here in our post-game show. It was that three-pointer in the corner by Drew Ashelman.
The and one, I think,
not just a three-pointer, an and one on top of it. Fouled, and he hits the three-pointer, nothing but net. Yes, he went on to miss the free throw, but that still gave Mineral Point the lead and control.
Yep.
That's your Tricor Turning Point of the game, presented to you by Tricor Insurance. Insurance plans built for you, your family, and your business. Contact Tricor Insurance. We hope to talk to our most valuable players and our scrapper of the game, but at the very least, let's go ahead and name them. Our Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main in Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. I think it's kind of a no-brainer with Drew Ashelman being the MVP of this one. Hitting that three in the corner. He had 24 on this game, and he really, that first half, Aiden Patterson, he balled out, for a Mineral Point with 7 points. But that second half belonged to Drew Ashelman, and so does Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center Most Valuable Player Award.
Agreed.
I don't think, and then if you want to name MVPs,
he was playing tight defense too.
Exactly.
He's not just a pure scorer.
Wasn't just a one-trick pony.
Sides.
Yeah, wasn't just a one-trick pony on this.
No.
And if you look at the other side, look at what Hudson Kieler and Trevor Van Natta were able to do, 17 and 15 points, respectively there too. Those two really showed up.
Hudson was 7 of 8 or 6 of 8 from the free throw line.
I am for 5 of 6, but the team that Cuba City was 6 of 8 as a team.
So he had most of them, though, was my point.
Yeah, he was 5 of 6 from the free throw line. So again, those two players just did exceptionally well for Cuba City in what ultimately was a losing effort. And then our scrapper of the game presented to you by West End Salvage. The player whose hustle and scrapping has stood out in trying to lay the opponent to waste, presented by West End Salvage. Lancaster. And I think for Mineral Point, you're trying to look at, who is that scrapper, out there. I would have to say Brett Bossert. We didn't say his name a lot on the offensive end.
I was going to say Dempsey because he, too, was playing really tight defense the whole game.
Yep. Well, let's go with both of them. Let's go,
Why not?
Nobody says we only have to do one.
Yep.
But Brett Bossert and Keaton Dempsey are scrappers of the game. And Keaton Dempsey, he had 7 points on the game. But you always heard those two names coming up when...
Figured the big defenders on Van Natta and on Kieler were either Ashleman or Dempsey.
Absolutely.
Most of the game.
And Pat, they were right there. And they were just absolutely glued to him and made sure that they couldn't go off for more than what they did. Because you think about this, ultimately, a low-scoring game, 46-44. And you have both teams that are averaging in the 60s. We're going to take one final timeout. Hopefully we'll get a chance to talk to our players. If not, at the very least, we'll have your final stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting. Your final score this evening, Mineral Point defeats Cuba City in a thriller, 46-44. More of your Tri-State Roofing LLC postgame show after this timeout on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel.
Postgame 1 minute.
You want to give your baby everything, so start with a safe sleep area. Babies younger than 1 should always be placed to sleep on their backs on a firm and flat surface like a safety-approved crib. And keep blankets, pillows, and other soft or loose items out of the crib when the baby is in it. Learn more about safe sleep for babies at safetoSleep.nichd.nih.gov. Sponsored by the Eunice Kennedy Shriver National Institute of Child Health and Human Development.
It's been said that when someone you love has Parkinson's, you have Parkinson's.
The Parkinson's Foundation knows that the disease doesn't just affect the diagnosed. It affects everyone who supports and helps care for them.
If you have questions, the Parkinson's Foundation has answers.
We can help you understand the disease
and give you tips for living a better life.
Find your answers at parkinson.org or call 1-800-473-4636. The Parkinson's Foundation. Better lives together.
These are the sounds of a dinner. A dinner that almost didn't happen. A dinner now served, thanks to people like you. Due to COVID-19, 17 million more Americans may face hunger. Feeding America is helping our neighbors in need. And if you're able, you can too. Donations are being accepted at feedingamerica.org/coronavirus. Brought to you by the Ad Council and Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
Over 2.8 million Americans have served in our military since 9/11. Many have returned home with devastating injuries and few resources for them and their families. This is news correspondent Bob Woodruff. I sustained a life-threatening injury while reporting from Iraq in 2006. The military had my back that day, and they have each other's while serving. It's time we had theirs. Please join us as part of the Got Your Six initiative. To learn more, go to gotyoursix.org using the number 6.
Postgame 1 minute.
Dubuque Super Hits 106 on the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel with your Tri-State Roofing postgame show from a thriller at Scott Schmidt's Community Gym in Mineral Point as the Mineral Point Pointers defeat the Cuba City Cubans 46-44. Let's take a look at your final stats presented to you by Dodgeville Tax and Accounting and Arena L. Satterley CPA with offices in Dodgeville and in Gratiot. Go online, dodgevilletax.com. for more information how Arena can help keep more of your hard-earned money in your pocket during this upcoming tax season. Or you can call and make an appointment, 608-930-7500. First, for the Cuba City Cubans this evening from 2-point range, They were 10 of 17 for 59%, but look at it this way, as Raina pointed out too, 7 of 10, 70% in that second half. So Cuba City, extremely efficient inside the three-point arc in that second half. And then ultimately for the game, 10 of 17. Beyond the arc, 6 of 20 for 30%. Again, more efficient in that second half, and the score showed it too. They were 4 of 8, 50%. Better shot selection, yeah, but 4 of 8 from three-point range in the second half, 50%. That's nothing to sneeze at either. Cuba City maybe didn't get as many shots up as they would like, but they were efficient when they did that. So total for the game, 16 of 37, 43%. Then once again, that second half, if you go all told, 11 of 18 shooting in the second half. So again, a great job shooting. So it looks like we are going to have our players coming over here in just a moment. We'll get through our stats here first. And then scoring for the Cuba City Cubans, 17 for Hudson Kieler, 15 for Trevor Van Natta, 4 for Carson Collins, 3 apiece for Cam Guler and Landon Geyer, 2 points for Briggs Rundy. 24 total rebounds for the Cuba City Cubans, 20 defensive, 4 offensive. Turnovers, 15 turnovers, so only 6 in the second half. So Cuba City in that second half, extremely efficient, and again, probably the level that Coach Tanner Sheevy not just knows they can play at, but would love to play at for an entire 36 minutes of game time instead of just the final 18. For the Mineral Point Pointers, they're shooting in 2-point range, 12 of 25 at 48%. That second half, so you think in that second half was only 2 of 9 in that second half from 2-point range, but 12 of 25, 48% in that second half. 6 of 22 from 3-point range. 6 of 22 from 3-point range, 27%. So for the game, the Mineral Point Pointers were 18 of 47, but in the second half, they're only 7 of 21 from the field. 4 of 9 from the free throw line. Final stats for shooting or for scoring: Drew Ashelman with 24 points, 7 apiece for Keaton Dempsey and Aiden Patterson, 4 points for Torrin Vomstead, 2 points for Cole Ripp, and for Hudson Schrader. We're now being joined by head coach Brett McGraw of the Mineral Point Pointers. And Brett, has your heart level decreased a little bit after that thriller?
This is just a classic battle in the Swall that we have such really good basketball in this area, and you kind of expect a lot of the games kind of to come down to the end just because the quality of the kids and the coaching, and I thought it was just one of those classic battles.
Absolutely, and that first half, you have the lead at 23-15. Well, first, let's just go with it. You were down by 9-4, then you're down 11-9, but then you go on a 14-0 run to go up 23-11. It looked like you guys were starting to coast a little bit there, especially when you went into halftime. But then the Cubans do what the Cubans always seem to do, and that is just they stay in the game. They hit some big shots. They force a couple of turnovers, and next thing you know, we have the craziness what we saw for the last 4 minutes of the game.
And that's there. You look. We talked about before the game. The record's 2-7, but it's just not a 2-7 ball club. They're a really physical team, and they know how to make plays. In the second half, they made some really big plays, and obviously they took the lead right at the end of the game, and certainly gave us a scare, forcing us to make some plays of our own.
Absolutely. And talk about Drew's 3 that he had in the corner, and not just any 3, but also getting fouled while doing that. Was that a play in the playbook, or was that something that just give Drew the ball and let him perform?
We had run a set, and it didn't quite, materialize what we were looking for, and Drew is such an experienced player that he never really panics, and he just kind of stays under control, and if you watch Mineral Point basketball recently in the last couple of years, you've seen him hit some pretty big shots.
That he definitely has, and one with 11.7 seconds to play to give a 1-point lead. And now everybody's always screaming and one when you're going to the hoop. Maybe it's going to start screaming and one as you're fading away and hit a 3-pointer to take the lead. That might be one. That's definitely one for the scrapbooks.
That's just a neat memory that I think everybody in the community that was either here or watching on the stream or listening, or just all that. That's just a classic Mineral Point basketball moment, and glad Drew was able to help us capture another one.
Well, Coach McGraw, I appreciate the time joining us here. Looks like we'll get a chance to talk to Drew. So have a great one and take care, Coach. Thank you very much. That's head coach Brett McGraw joining us here of the Mineral Point Pointers. Now we're going to get a chance to talk with our most valuable player. Presented to you by Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center in Bloomington. Hermson's Ace Hardware at the bottom of Main and Platteville. Hermson's will be the MVP for the next project in your home. Go to Hermson's Ace Hardware in Bloomington and Platteville. 24 points this evening, including the game-winning shot with 11.7 to go. Drew Ashelman joining us here. Drew, congratulations on the big win tonight.
Thank you.
Talk about that shot, how it got kind of, I don't want to say drawn up, but being able to hit that falling out of bounds, hand in your face, and hitting nothing but nylon. Take us through that moment.
Yeah, it just happened that I got the ball up top. It wasn't necessarily a drop for me to get right there, but I saw he was a little bit on my side, so I just stepped back to the corner, a little bit of fader, and I hit it.
5 3-pointers in that second half. You just seemed like, I think the third shot that you had, the third 3-pointer you had was just a heat check. You were going from the 10, the 10-foot line for volleyball. Was that truly a heat check 3 that you threw up?
Yeah, sometimes I get a little too confident and shoot a little too far, but wish I would have made that one.
Yeah, but when you're in the zone, you're in the zone. I mean, you can hit it from anywhere. Take us through one of those moments that when you're just in that zone, just give me the ball, anything you're going to shoot is going to go in.
Yeah, my teammates were really creating for me tonight too, and when I got open, I was able to hit my shots, and that's really big for the confidence. When I build that confidence, it helps my shooting.
Cuba City was able to whittle away at that lead that you had since you were up by double digits, and then next thing you know, it's 8. Okay, now it's 6. Now it's 4. And then they took the lead on you. What was the urgency, not just with you, but with your teammates, when Cuba City took the lead on you and there was a genuine threat that they were going to defeat you this evening?
Yeah, it's really all about believing. I mean, we knew this could happen, and Cuba's a really good team, and they're a conference opponent, and we were prepared. We do a lot of late-game situations in practice, and we kept calm, and we hit the shot.
One final question here for you, Drew. This SWAL conference, if you've ever been around it, some people are listening maybe have not been around it. But here in this conference, there is no easy night. Some people look at this record, 2-7. Oh, there's your, I want to say your cakewalk game, but, I just take away the teams. You just look at the record. This conference, you can never look at the record. You look at the team because every night is a battle. What is it like to prepare every night, weekend, night in, night out, for every single team in this SWAL conference that just battle tests you to get to tournament time?
Yeah, Coach Berger always says no matter who we're playing, we're gonna practice the same way and prepare the same way, and that's what we do. And Cuba's a really good team, and like you said, everyone in our conference is, and they were really physical tonight, and it was a close game.
Well, Drew, I appreciate the time. Congratulations, not just on the win, but the game-winning shot. And look forward to seeing you down the line. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. That is Drew Ashelman. He is our Hermson's Ace Hardware and Home Center most valuable player of this evening's contest. Once again, let's wrap up. We had a few more stats to get to let you know about rebounding. It was a very evenly rebounded game, 24-23. One more rebound for the Cuba City Cubans. 20 on. No offensive rebounds in the second half for Cuba City. So there's another interesting tidbit. Mineral Point, they had 9 offensive rebounds, 14 defensive, so 23 total rebounds for Mineral Point. The turnover game as well, Mineral Point had 7 turnovers in the first half, also 7 in the second half, a total of 15. So again, that second half really cleaned up for both teams, as again, only 1 turnover difference, 15 for Cuba City, 14 for Mineral Point. Free throw shooting is something that Mineral Point would love to work on. 4 of 9 from the free throw line this evening. 3 of 7 was Drew Ashelman, but hey, you hit 5 threes that can kind of make up for maybe the couple of free throws that didn't quite go in. But in a close game like this, you do what you have to do. And Cuba City, they were 6 of 8 from the free throw line, 75%. So again, I feel in high school, I personally feel you should be shooting 80%. That's just my own personal feeling. But most people say if you're at 70% for high school for free throw shooting, you're pretty good on that. Cuba City at 75%, we'll put them up there. The 4 for 9 was 44%, by the way. That pretty much wraps up our broadcast here from Mineral Point High School from the Scott Schmidt Community Gym, where we saw a thriller this evening at halftime. It was Mineral Point with a lead of 23-15. Cuba City would not go away. They kept on scratching and clawing and whittling their way back into this contest and, well, getting the win on a 3-point field goal with 11.7 seconds to go to Drew Ashelman. One final thing, a shoebox scoreboard update. It was a buzzer beater by Alex Frederick for Potosi Cassville, 50-48 buzzer beater win over River Ridge this evening in overtime. So Rob Spangler had the call on that one on X1071. Here we had now it wasn't a buzzer beater, but it was a 3-pointer with 11.7 seconds left by Drew Ashelman to give Mineral Point the 2-point win of 46-44. Let me say thank you again to all of our sponsors who help us bring you these games. Trust me, these games, they go down in history and they kind of go down in memory, because of sponsors that sponsor these games, and we're able to bring them to you, which just makes them so much fun. Let me say thank you as well to Superintendent Mitch Wainwright here at Mineral Point High School, Athletic Director Tom Ingwell, always giving us great accommodations every time we stop by, plus Brett McGraw, the head coach of Mineral Point. Also, thank you to Tanner Sheevy, head coach of the Cuba City Cubans, always very gracious with his time and being able to talk with his players, always so much fun. And getting to know him this year, I know it's been a challenge for him, but there will be brighter days for Cuba City boys basketball, and who knows, maybe that brighter day will be tomorrow. With the loss, the Cuba City Cubans do fall to 2-8 overall, 0-4 in the SWAL Conference. The Mineral Point Pointers, they improved to 7-3 overall, 4-1 in the SWAL Conference. On our shoebox scoreboard once again earlier this evening, Mineral Point's JV2 team defeated Cuba City 41-29. Cuba City's JV1 over Mineral Point 51-38. Once again, the varsity final 46-44. Mineral Point over Cuba City. Thank you again to my lovely wife, Arena, for doing stats for me, and it just makes it just helps tell the story in a way that maybe just calling the game doesn't. You can look at it from a statistical point of view, and it just gives you a different vantage point. So thank you so much to my lovely wife, Arena, and thank you for listening, and of course, thank you to our sports director, R.J. Osterhaus, for putting me on this assignment. It was definitely a lot of fun. Again, the final score tonight, 46-44, Mineral Point over Cuba City. The preceding has been a presentation of Queen Bee Radio Sports on Dubuque Super Hits 106 and the Queen Bee Radio Sports YouTube channel. I'm John Satterley, wishing you good night, and have a great evening, everyone, and thank you for listening.
This has been a Queen Bee Radio High School Sports presentation.